Back to share the book As a Man Thinketh by author James Allen. And I've shared two different videos on his book, sections of his book. And I wanted to share As a Man Thinketh by author James Allen, give my opinion on it, what I wrote as far as my opinion, and just want to encourage people who are going through and reading sections of the book, and pray that you're blessed by what I'm sharing with you. And I just want to be a blessing to people and encourage people. And I hope everybody's doing well. It's very hot over here in New Jersey, but making the best of it, drinking my water, going to work at night, late mid shift, 8 o'clock to 4:30 in the morning. Have to go to work in a few hours. And yeah, I just wanted to start sharing the book James Allen. I won't be on here for a long time, but I do want to encourage my viewers and all who are listening right now. It goes like this: author James Allen, the classic book As a Man Thinketh. And it talks about the effect of thought on health in the body. And it starts off like this, saying, the body is the servant of the mind. It obeys the operations of the mind, whether they be deliberately chosen or automatically expressed. At the bidding of unlawful thoughts, the body sinks rapidly into disease and decay. At the command of glad and beautiful thoughts, it becomes clothed with youthfulness and beauty. So if you're going through a health crisis, maybe not beyond your control, something that happened to you in your life, something that's hard on your body, is seeing how you think to recover from being sick. Just say if you got into an accident, car accident, but God have mercy on you and the people, and you're just going through physical therapy to heal your body. No, how are you, Nate? My name is Alfonso Linder. I'm just sharing from as author James Allen, As a Man Thinketh, the book, the classic book As a Man Thinketh. Hi, Rhoda. How are you? I'm sharing from James Allen's book as far as health and dealing with the body and your thought process and thinking positive so you'll get better, whether what crisis you're going through in your life, health problem, financial problems. It says, as a man thinketh, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. And that's from Proverbs 23, I believe, in the King James Version. And I was talking about just taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, thinking positive, whatever situation you're in, to bring yourself out of your situation. And I was sharing something at the beginning of the book about the author James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. And it's basically saying, it starts off with the next paragraph saying, disease and health, like circumstances, are rooted in thought, the way you think. Sickly thoughts will express themselves through a sickly body. So if you're always talking about that, you're sick, and you're saying, I'm always sick and I won't get better, and as I get older, my body's gonna get worse. You shouldn't think and talk like that. You should do the best you can to take care of your body and say that I will get better. And just, your words have power. So you don't want to tear yourself down and saying you won't get better, or my body's breaking down, or, it's just taking care of your body, trying to work out, trying to eat better, eat healthy, thinking right, saying that, God will restore health unto me. I will get better. Uh, I had if you had an accident, just for example, if someone having an accident, their knees bothering them or their back, and you're going through physical therapy, you say, I can get better. I will get better. It may take some time, but I will get better. I will come out this situation. Things won't always be like this. Says, can you show what the book looks like? From James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. I don't know as far as I'm allowed to show the cover because of it's in the public domain. But as far as book cover and the publisher, I want to be careful about that. But his name is James Allen, As a Man Thinketh, and it's in the public domain. That means it doesn't have copyright restriction because the life of the author, he lived sometime. He was born in 1800s, died in the early 1900s. He died at 47 years old. So he wrote like 19 books, and he was talking about, how you think in your life, the things you go through, thinking positive, being faith-filled, thinking right, and not thinking negative, that your life will get better even if you're in a trial or a circumstance. So one of his first classics books was As a Man Thinketh, and he wrote one from poverty to power. You can always order it online, order it at Amazon, just the book itself. He also has the complete writings, and he talks about a lot of things in this book dealing with the mind. The more you magnify your trial, the more you're talking about, say if you don't like your job and you may not like your supervisor, your manager, and you don't like them, you say, I hate this job, I hate the people here, and you're saying it on your job, and then when you get home, you're talking about it home. So you're kind of magnifying that trial. So it's probably best to start looking for another job to get out that season, that situation, saying, I will get another job. I will find another job like I'm doing now, similar, but with a different employer. And if you're in a season where you're not being treated well on your job by your manager, your supervisor, coworker, that you have the power to change that situation and get out of that job. So as far as dealing with the body, you may be in that season where maybe you got sick real bad from COVID. We had COVID, it passed, and it took you some time, but your body healed. Yes, right, Justin, right. Proverbs 18:21. This sounds like a book. Yeah, James Allen is he's a great author. Like I said, he was born in the 1800s. Great thought thinker, dealing with the body, dealing with the mind, dealing with circumstances that you're in the season. Maybe financially you're going through a rough time. You don't have the best job. It's not the best pay, but thank God you have a job to pay some things. And you want to get another job, maybe better pay. It's just taking action, thinking right, leaving that job to go to another job. Not saying you're stuck, like your job has you, like your job got you, like I explained the other night in one of my videos. Your job don't got you. If you're there, you're unhappy, you can exit there and leave there. It is comfortable if you've been there for 2, 4, 5 years and you're used to the environment, you're used to some co-workers there that you connect with, you have chemistry. But some of the co-workers you don't like. You just don't like them and they're not treating you right. You have the power to leave that job and get another job. Take that risk, and it might sound scary because you're used to the job, you got the environment. You could change your environment by taking action, looking for another job. And same thing with your health. Your body heals itself. If you're going through a crisis where something may have happened accidentally, maybe you got hurt at work. As I was saying, someone that got in a car accident, but thank God in His mercy, no one was hurt severely. You need healing in your body, going through physical therapy, rehabilitation. You can heal your body just the way you think. And he talks about also he says disease and health like circumstances are rooted in thought, the way you think. Sickly thoughts will express themselves through a sick body. Thoughts of fear have been known to kill a man as speedily as a bullet. And they are continually killing thousands of people just as surely, though less rapidly. The people who live in fear of disease are the people who get it. Anxiety quickly demoralizes the whole body and lays it up open to the entrance of disease, while impure thoughts, even if not physically indulged, will soon shatter the nervous system. Can I say the book title again? Yes, it's James Allen. His name is spelled James. Allen, Allen, and it's called As a Man Thinketh. If you have Amazon, or if you go on Amazon on your Google, or you'll see his book, his classic book, As a Man Thinketh, by James Allen. Like Proverbs 23 says, and I believe he, the idea of coming up with his own book in his circumstances says, for as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And the King James Version, maybe the Living Bible, there's different translations, but for as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, Proverbs 23. So, it's amazing how he was only 47 years old and how he wrote 19 books and he died so young. Because I'm 56, I'll be 57 in July. He's 47 and he's been through some circumstances, I'm sure. He talks about at the beginning of his book, when I was reading, how his dad was looking for a job and went to America, and he was murdered looking for a job. So he's been through some stuff, but he's also, just to have a strong mind like that and the wisdom just to write all those books like he wrote, I find it amazing, because he didn't even live out a full life, but he accomplished so much at a young age. And just really admire that. And it talks about also, it says, strong, pure, and happy thoughts build up the body in vigor and grace. So, just saying, say if you, example, I was saying, like, COVID was a big thing in 2019 in America, so, and you might have been sick for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending on your situation. Yeah, it might have been a big thing. So you're saying, I will get better. My health will get better. I will taking the medicine, following the doctor's instructions, doing all you can to get better. Hygiene, washing your hands, not touching your nose and your face, having your mask on. Right now, people still wear masks now since COVID. They still wear masks just to protect people. Maybe they're working, maybe they're protecting their family, wearing a mask, just doing the things you need to do to take care of your body and also to protect people. If you had an injury playing, or you're an athlete and you had a knee, hurt your knee, but you're going through rehabilitation, you'll say to yourself, I will get better. God will restore my health. Things won't always be like this. I will come out of this trial. Things will get better for me. Things won't always be like this. God is with me. God is for me. I will get better. My body will heal itself. Just thinking positive, whatever situation you're in. So, so he has a lot of good things in here. Saying, like, strong, pure, happy thoughts build up the body in vigor and grace. The body is a delicate and plastic instrument which responds readily to the thoughts by which it is expressed. The power of your words, for example, I'm saying. And habits of thought will produce their own effects, good or bad. Men will continue to have impure and poisoned blood so long as they uh, propagate unclean thoughts. Out of a clean heart comes a clean life, and clean body. Out of a defiled mind proceeds a defiled life and a corrupt body. Thought is the font of action, life, and manifestation. Make the fountain pure, and all will be pure. Change of diet will not help a man who will not change his thought. You have to change your thoughts too, even if you change your diet. When a man makes his thoughts pure, he no longer desires impure food. Clean thoughts make clean habits. The so-called saint who does not wash his body is not a saint. He who has strengthened and purified his thoughts does not need to consider the malevolent microbe. If you will perfect your body, guard your mind. So it's saying if you want to improve your body, also guard your mind, the way you're thinking. Not saying that, oh, it won't get better. This situation will never get better. My back will never get better. My knee will never get better. Maybe you sprain your ankle. My ankle will never be the same again. My right foot will never be the same again. You know, you could have someone that had maybe waiting for a heart transplant and they got a miracle. God allowed them to get a heart. You know, you don't want to say, I'm not going to come out this situation. You know, with God, all things are possible. You know, just like when Lazarus was in the grave and they were waiting on Jesus, they said, if you would have been here, he wouldn't have died. Jesus having compassion, I know he saw the state of their sadness and their grief, but he also wanted them to believe too. So by the power of God, he said, Lazarus, come forth. You know, and Lazarus, you know, came from, Jesus brought him back from the dead. So, you know, whatever you're going through, as far as having if you had someone's waiting on a heart and they're looking for a miracle, you can believe God to get that heart, that new heart, if your heart is failing you. And you hear stories all the time where people got a new heart. So, you know, with God, all things are possible. So, thinking right, believing right, you know, doing your best to take care of your body, you know, things will get better for you. And, you know, just taking care of yourself. So what do you think of this book, As a Man Thinketh? What do you think of this book that I'm reading? I'd like to get your opinion on it. What do you think of it? I'd like to love to get your opinion on it. It's just you know, thinking right, believing for the best for your life, no matter what situation you're in, no matter what season you're in, financially, health-wise, relationships, maybe you're waiting to God to wait. Maybe you want to get married, believing God to bring a mate in your life, a husband or a wife in your life, future husband or wife. You know, you're by yourself right now being single, but maybe you desire a relationship. Maybe you're married and you want to have children. Maybe something wrong where you can't have children right now, but God can fix that situation where he can heal the body so naturally how it works so you can have a child. So what do you think about the book? Any opinions? Just curious. Yeah, because it's as a man thinketh, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Proverbs chapter 23. I believe it's somewhere at the beginning of the chapter. But you're all in the way you think, your thought process, having faith in God, no matter what the circumstances, no matter what people tell you about your body won't heal or you won't be blessed, as far as you won't prosper in that business like you think you will. if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you're trying to change your life for the better financially for yourself, your family, leave an impact, leave a legacy. Not listen to people tell you can't do that. You can't do that business. That's edged. That's edged in stone. You can't do that. Someone already did that. You don't know. They don't know what you're capable of, what you can achieve. So all in your thought process, the way you think, whether you believe in God for your body to get better. Don't let anybody tell you that you won't get better, that this situation is getting worse, you won't get better. You don't know what God can do. God made the body so he can heal the body. You can also, with proper taking care of yourself, heal your own body, listening to the doctors and doing everything you can to bring out your situation. So you don't need nobody talking in your ear telling you what your body can improve, or you won't just share my thoughts. Think about different things. You won't never get married. You won't never have that business. They don't know what God can do for you, and as you believe in yourself, then you have to also limit yourself being around negative people. They can mean you well, you can love them, but you have to keep your distance. Guard your mind, because the mind is powerful. Your mind will talk to you. You'll think about the conversation that you had. You'll think about the imagination. You'll think about maybe having an argument and walking away, because they're telling you what can't be done, what God can't do, that you don't have the ability to change things in your life. And they're wrong, because they don't know that. It's like me telling you, oh, that situation won't get better in your life. Who am I to say that? That's my opinion. I'm not God. It takes you having the faith you believe in, and for God to change your situation. It's not up to me. It's your words, your power of your words. So when you're dealing with people, you're dealing with negative people, you're dealing with yourself as far as getting the eternal healing that you need, maybe for your body, maybe emotionally you went through something, you're hurt. Someone hurt you, you're angry, you need healing in your emotions. Maybe something happened, where you need healing. And God can do that. He can reach down with his hand and do that, heal you instantly. Maybe you're angry about something, like I shared in my last video, when I was angry at one of my jobs, and I was in that season, and I was just angry. I was angry where I was in my life. I was very angry and frustrated in the way I was doing things at work, and just mad at myself, disappointed where I was in my life. And everything happens for a reason, and God allows things to happen for a reason. And I needed someone to pray for me. My sister prayed for me that night on the phone before I went to bed. When I got up the next morning, that anger was gone. And it was by the power of prayer, and it was by her prayers, God using her being a spiritual woman, godly woman, praying. And that, I called her the next day. I said that the anger is gone, it's not there. And you'll have your seasons where things will creep back in, when you're not guarding your mind, when things happen beyond your control, where people treat you bad or whatever. But just life itself, dealing with so many different things. And I'm sure you're dealing with stuff in your life, Justin. I'm sure you're dealing with things, or you were there. But I appreciate you guys on my live. And yeah, I'm just sharing that. So even though nobody's here, no one's here right now, that's what I wanted to share. And I thank Justin for coming on. I want to be careful of the book cover, because, like I said, I would have shown that book cover, but some things you get as far as all like the rules and guidelines from YouTube. But like I said, this book is in the public domain. But I have to research by question about showing the front cover of a book. He has his complete writings, most of his complete writings that I have. But yeah, and sharing that, thank you, Justin. And thank you, Flush Rose, for being on here. And wow, it's been 25 minutes. But yeah, time go by so fast. And in closing, in my opinion, I also wanted to share this. It talks about I'm giving my opinion about what author James Allen wrote as a Man Thinketh, his classic book. Great book. He wrote many books, so I'm giving my opinion on what I shared with a couple people that were here, my audience who all were listening. My opinion about the book. It says, my opinion and continuing, I have read by James Allen's book, The Author as a Man Thinketh. I share my words. I said by opinion, by saying you're not, my words opinion, by saying you're not bound by your circumstance. Okay, it says you're not bound by the season that you're in, and the season has to change. The leaves fall off the tree during the fall to make way for winter. So if you are in a trial in your life and things are not going your way, it won't remain like that. If you weren't born into financial wealth in your family and you're facing a pile of debt, things will change in your life instantly. So as the seasons change, as the winter yields, so the springtime will come, whatever season you're in, it will change. Things will get better for you. It's all in the way you think. You know, the way you believe that you're coming out of that trial. And I also share, I says, maybe you have huge credit card balance of maybe say $5,000, and you get a letter in the mail saying your debt has been canceled. That can happen. You can get debt cancellation. So with God, all things are possible. And it says, okay, there's debt forgiveness. Saying that's what I'm trying to say. There's debt forgiveness. So if you're facing like a credit card debt and you're worried about a bill, you can get credit card cancellation. You don't know what's going to happen. Things can change in your life. And I said, by focusing on being thankful that the Lord will make a way, thinking different, believing that He will help you during your financial need, a miracle can happen for you. This is one of the examples of, as Proverbs in the King James Bible says clearly, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Proverbs chapter 23. And it says, by the way you think, your trial is subject to change. Meaning it's not going to stay the way it is. Another example is if you are having a health problem. For example, maybe the flu and your symptoms are severe, but as you take your medicine, get your needed rest, follow the medical instructions from your doctor, you will get better. Your cough and your aching body will maybe getting the best of you for now, but is subject to change by simply taking care of your body, thinking positive, and having faith you will get better, and following the doctor's instructions. So, yeah. That's what I wanted to share from author James Allen. Author James Allen as a man thinketh. He's a great writer. His book is in the public domain because I believe it's the years of the life of an author when he was here and he left, and I think 70 years or so after that. Then it goes in the public domain, where it's available to the public. Yeah, so I wanted to share this with you, and I pray that you're blessed by this. The book I shared. I will continue to share, uh, his book, other authors' book. Also, give my opinion. Have other content about being positive, having faith, believing in God for any situation that you're in, the season that you're in, that things will get better. Um, they won't always remain like that. It does take a lot of work to think positive, but it's better to take that work to think positive using affirmations than to dwell on the problem, because the problem is a lot of work too, because you're dwelling on the negative. You're dwelling on what can happen. You're dwelling on saying what God can't do, and he's a big God. And the word of God says, is anything too hard for the Lord? So the Lord can do anything. The Lord can change your situation. The Lord can bring you out of your season that you're in. It's having faith, believing that he will, not letting yourself, as far as the battle within the mind, dictate that they won't get better, thinking positive, thinking right, not letting the environment of the people you around dictate who you are, what's going to happen, that you won't get better, that things won't change, that your health won't change, that you won't get that business off the ground that you want, being an entrepreneur, that you can't do the things that you can do. It's no such thing as can't with God. It's with God all things are possible. With man it is impossible, but not with God. With God all things are possible. So it's the way you think, thinking right, thinking positive, using affirmations, reading a great book from James Allen, author James Allen, As a Man Thinketh, and things will get better for you in your life. The season won't always be like it is. It can change for you in an instant. Yeah, sometimes it does take time, but in God's time is perfect. But anything can happen where it could be instantly also. So yeah, hang in there, stay encouraged, people. I'll pray for you. Want the best for you. Would love to hear news what God has done in your life, the blessings in your life. I would love to hear about that, maybe in my other videos, or just be blessed, and don't give up on life. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your goals, your dreams. Don't let people define you. You are the master of your thought. You are the shaper of your destiny. You control the way your life will turn out and be, not people, not the circumstance, not what we see in the natural, what's going on in our lives. It may hurt right now, emotionally, physically, in your body, financially, as far as your finances, but God can do anything. He's always with us, and he's for us. And that's all that I wanted to share. And thank you for the ones who viewed, came in, and they were on my live. And nobody's on right now, but I'm going to continue to talk if there's nobody on my live, because I know people are going to be interested in what I'm saying and sharing, giving my my opinion, my life experiences, and what God has instilled in me, the Word of God, reading the Word of God, meditating on the Word of God, and the gifts that God has given me. The gifts are not for me. The gifts are for you. The gifts are for my viewers, my audience, my subscribers. The gift is for you. Yeah, and that's all I wanted to say. God wants the best for you. He loves you. I love you. And I'm going to end this live because in a little bit, I have to prepare for work. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So everybody be blessed. God is with you. and God is for you. God bless you, everybody.